Every single morning, I wake up next to a woman who loves me with all her heart, but I don't love her back. My name is Ryan. I am 35 years old. My wife's name is Sophie. We live in a nice house in a quiet suburb just outside Toronto. I have a good job, and I drive a reliable SUV. From the outside, everyone thinks we are the perfect happy couple. Our neighbors smile when they see us walking together. Our friends say, Ryan and Sophie are so lucky to have each other. They see us at BBQs and parties and think our life is great. But they don't know my secret. I do not love Sophie the way a husband should. She is a very kind woman. She is beautiful. She loves me so much. I can see that love in her eyes every day. It makes me feel sad and heavy inside, like something is pressing on my chest. Sophie wakes up early every morning. She goes downstairs quietly and makes breakfast for me. The coffee is always hot and smells fresh. The toast is golden with butter and a little maple syrup on the side, just the way I like it. She smiles big when I come down and says, "Good morning, Ryan." I smile back and say, "Good morning, Sophie." But my smile is not real. My heart is not happy. It feels empty. After breakfast, she packs my lunch for work. She always puts a small note inside the box. The note says things like, "Have a great day, my love. I am thinking of you. I love you so much." I read that note every day when I am at work. Every time I read it, I feel a little more sad and a little more guilty. I am not a bad person. I never wanted to hurt anyone. But right now, my whole life feels like one big lie. This marriage is a lie. Let me tell you what happened 5 years ago. My life was totally different then. I had a small business in Vancouver. I worked very hard every day. I put all my time and money into it, but the business failed. I lost the company. I lost all my savings. I lost my home. My friends stopped calling. I was completely alone. I had to sleep in my old car for many weeks. Those nights were cold and rainy. I did not eat much. I felt hopeless. Some nights I sat in the car and thought my life was finished. I wanted to disappear. Then one morning I walked into a small, cozy cafe in downtown Vancouver. The coffee was cheap and the place was warm. I sat in the corner alone, looking down at the table. That is when I met Sophie. She worked there. She had kind eyes and a soft voice. She came to my table and asked, "You look really sad. Is everything okay?" I did not want to talk at first, but she was so gentle that I started telling her my story. I told her about my failed business. I told her I had no money left. I told her I was sleeping in my car. She listened the whole time without saying anything bad. She did not judge me. When I finished, she went to the kitchen and brought me a big plate of hot food. She said, "Eat this. You need it. It's on me today." I felt like crying. I said, "I cannot pay for this." She smiled and replied, "It's okay, Ryan. Sometimes we all need help. Don't worry." From that day, I started going to the cafe every morning. Sophie always kept some food for me. She talked to me during her breaks. She gave me hope when I had none. She helped me find a small, cheap apartment. She used her contacts to help me get a new job. It was a simple job, but it was a start. Sophie became my only friend. She was like an angel who came when I needed her most. She saved my life. I felt so much gratitude for her. I wanted to thank her forever. I thought this warm feeling in my heart was love. So I made a mistake. One beautiful evening, we were walking in Stanley Park. The sky was orange and pink from the sunset. The air was cool and fresh. I looked at her and said, "Sophie, you saved me. I want to be with you always." Then I asked her to marry me. Her eyes filled with happy tears. She said yes with a big smile. We got married a few months later in a small, simple ceremony. At first I felt okay. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I could learn to love her with time. But I was wrong. Now we live in this nice house near Toronto. I have a steady job again. We have money for the bills and some extra. But I am not happy. I feel trapped every day. Sophie's love feels like a beautiful cage around me. Every kind word, every breakfast, every note she writes adds one more bar to the cage. My gratitude has become the lock. I cannot walk away easily, but I also cannot feel real joy here. Last month was my birthday. I came home from work tired. The house was dark. When I opened the door, all the lights turned on, and our friends shouted surprise. Sophie had planned a big party for me. There was cake, music, and laughing. She hugged me tight and said, "Happy birthday, my love." Everyone looked happy. I had to smile and act surprised. I had to laugh with them, but inside I felt nothing, just tired. My whole life has become like a performance. I am acting the role of the happy husband every single day. A few weeks ago, I got very sick. I had a high fever and stayed in bed for 3 days. Sophie works as a nurse, but she took time off. She stayed home to take care of me. She made fresh soup, gave me medicine on time, sat by my bed, and read books to me in her calm voice. She wiped my forehead with cool cloth and stayed awake when I could not sleep. She was the perfect wife. My guilt grew bigger every hour. I kept thinking, why can't I love this amazing woman? What is wrong with me? Sophie believes we have the perfect life. She thinks we are the happiest couple. She has no idea about the secret in my heart. Last night we sat down for dinner. Sophie cooked my favorite meal, butter chicken, with warm naan bread. She lit candles on the table. The light was soft and the food smelled great. She looked very happy. She held my hand across the table and looked into my eyes. Her eyes were full of love. She said, "Ryan, our life is so good. We have a nice home. We have steady jobs. We are blessed." I nodded and said, "Yes, we are." Then she said the words that hit me like a wall. With excitement in her voice, she said, "I think we are ready now. Let's have a baby. It will make everything even more perfect." Those words stopped my breath. A baby, a child, that would be the final lock on the cage. I could not breathe properly. My heart started beating very fast. I looked at her smiling face. She was already dreaming about holding a little baby, about family walks in the park, about teaching a child to skate on the ice in winter. But that dream was built on my lie. I knew in that moment I could not go on pretending. I could not bring a child into a home where the father does not truly love the mother. It would not be fair to Sophie. It would not be fair to the baby. She deserves a man who loves her with real feelings. She deserves to be with someone who can be a full husband and a real father. The suspense inside me was too much. I knew the time had come. The acting had to stop. I had to tell her the truth tonight. It would hurt her deeply. It would break her heart. But a painful truth is better than a beautiful lie that lasts forever. I looked at her bright smile one last time. My own heart was breaking into pieces. I was about to destroy the happiness she had built, but I had no choice left. My hands started shaking. My mouth felt dry. I took a deep breath and said, "Sophie, I need to tell you something very important. Please listen carefully." The room became very quiet. The candles flickered. Sophie looked at me with big eyes. She could feel something was wrong. She said softly, "Ryan, what is it? You look worried." The suspense was thick in the air. I could hear my own heartbeat. I started talking slowly. "Sophie, you are a wonderful woman. You saved me 5 years ago when I had nothing. You gave me food, hope, and a new start. I will always be thankful for that. I married you because I wanted to repay you. I thought my gratitude was love. I thought love would grow later, but it never did. I care about you a lot. You are kind and good, but I do not love you the way you love me. Not like a real husband loves his wife. I have been acting for years. The smiles, the I love you, the happy husband role, it was all a performance. When you talked about a baby, I knew I could not continue. A child needs parents who truly love each other. You deserve real love. You deserve a man who feels it deeply. I am sorry. I am so sorry for keeping this inside for so long." Sophie sat there without moving at first. Her face changed slowly. The smile disappeared. Her eyes started to fill with tears. She whispered, "Ryan, are you serious? After all this time?" Her voice was shaking. The pain was starting to show. I felt my own tears coming, but I kept talking. I told her everything, how I tried to make the feelings grow, how guilty I felt when she took care of me when I was sick, how empty I felt at the birthday party. The words kept coming out. It was hard, but it also felt like a heavy weight was finally lifting from my chest. She asked questions through her tears. "Why didn't you tell me earlier? Did you ever love me at all? What about all our good memories?" I answered honestly. We talked for a long time. The dinner became cold. The candles burned lower. The night felt long and heavy. Sophie cried. I cried too. There was pain, shock, and many questions, but the secret was finally out. No more hiding. No more fake mornings. No more reading those sweet notes with a heavy heart. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. Maybe she will ask me to leave. Maybe we will try to find a new way to be friends. Maybe the pain will take time to heal. But at least the lie is over. I feel a little freer already, even with the sadness. This is my real story. The story of a man who was saved, who felt gratitude, who made a mistake, and who finally chose truth over comfort. If you are watching this and you are carrying a similar secret in your marriage or relationship, know that you are not alone. Sometimes when someone helps you in your darkest time, the thanks feels like love, but real love is deeper. It cannot be forced. It has to come naturally from the heart. Think carefully. Is it better to live in a comfortable lie or face the hard truth? For me, the baby talk was the turning point. It made me realize I could not go further. My name is Ryan. This is the end of one chapter and the start of something new. It will be painful. It will be scary, but it will be real. Finally real. The truth is out now, and whatever comes next, at least I can look at myself in the mirror without feeling like a liar. The room was still quiet when I finished speaking. Sophie wiped her tears. She looked at me with hurt eyes, but also with some understanding. The suspense of what happens next is still there for both of us. This night changed everything. This is where my true story begins.